Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the problem number 3. So we'll be solving the problem number 3, longest substring without repeating characters. So what the question states here? So just give me a second here. So the question states here, we are given a string s here. This one you can clearly see here. We are given a string s and we need to find the length of the longest substring without repeating the characters. So we are not finding the longest substring without repeating the characters. We are finding the length of the longest substring without repeating the characters. That's what we have to find. So a substring is a contiguous sequence of characters within the string. Just keep in mind, a substring is nothing but a contiguous sequence of this one characters within the string. So let's consider this example. Here you can clearly see. So yeah, here you can clearly see we have A, B, C. A, B, C are the different characters, and A, B, C here, this is repeated here. So the length would be here ABC, nothing but 1, 2, 3, 3, right? So the answer is ABC with a length of 3. They have clearly mentioned here. Same goes with the second example as well. Here we have the character B. These are the things that B is repeated 4 times. So the first B we have to consider. So the length will be 1. The answer is B with a length of 1. I hope the question is completely clear. Let's see the approach and then let's discuss the edge cases and then write the. So let's discuss the approach step by step. I'll just come here. Let's discuss the approach step by step. Let's use the sliding window technique with a set to efficiently find the solution. So I'll just come here. The first one is we'll be making use of 2 pointers L and R. So let's go with L and R, 2 pointers, right, to define the window and the string. So let's go with L and R to define a window in the string. The window starts empty and expands as we move. Right. So here we are making use of the 2 pointers L and R to define the window in the string. And the second one is we'll go with the second approach is the window starts empty and expands as we move R. So the second step is the window starts empty and we will expand as we move the right pointer, right? The window here starts empty. Starts empty and we move and expands as we move R, nothing but the right pointer. The third one is if a duplicate character is found, then we will move the left pointer. Just keep this one in mind. If a duplicate character is found, then we will move the left pointer. And forward until the duplicate is removed. So if a duplicate character is found, what we are doing here, we are moving the left pointer forward until this one duplicate is removed. So just keep this one in mind. Until duplicate is removed. And the fourth and the final step here is we will track the maximum window size during this process. So we will be tracking the maximum window size during the process. So this will be the approach that we'll be going with. So just remember first what we will do. Just give me a second here. So what was the approach? So we'll be making use of the 2 pointers left and right to define the windows in the string. And the second thing is the window starts empty as I've said, and we'll be expanding as we move the right pointer or R. So if a duplicate character is found, then we will move the left pointer, nothing but L, forward until the duplicate is removed. Finally, we will track the maximum window size during this process, right? So this is the these are the 4 steps. So let's discuss all the edge cases. Edge cases means edge cases step by step, and then we will write the code. So here the first edge case that we'll be going with is empty string. So input, let's consider here empty string here. So the output will be 0. So why the output is 0 here? There are no characters in the string at all, right? So the output will be 0. The first one, I'll be considering this one as empty string. This is fine. And let's go with the second one, all unique characters. So I'll just give here is within the string. Let's consider A, B, C, D, E, F. So the output will be 6 because all the characters are unique here, right? So the entire string is the longest substring. So this is for all unique characters, right? This is the second edge case. Let's move on with the third edge case here. So third one, let's consider all the repeating characters here. I'll just consider here this one, and output here will be 1. Why the output will be 1 here? Because only one unique character exists here. So the longest substring has the length 1 here. What So we know here only one unique character exists. So the longest substring has the length 1. So the output will be 1 here. This is for the all repeating characters. So the final edge case is for the string with spaces and symbols. I'll just consider here A, then space, then B, then space. Then let me consider one thing. This one, symbols, right? I just consider here, take the rate. This is fine. The output here will be 6. Why? This will be considered as 1, space will be considered as 2, B, this one will be 3, and space will be 4, and this one will be 5, and the symbol, it will be considered as 1. So one symbol will be considered. Again, the symbols will be considered as a whole, one symbol will be considered. So this will be 6 actually. The length will be 6, and spaces and the symbols are valid character. So the substring, this one, substring, this one will be considered actually. The substring ABC, not this, has the largest, this one, a longest length of 6. This is fine. Hope this is clear. This is for the string with spaces and symbols. So I hope this is clear. These are the 4 edge cases that we need to remember. So first thing is this one, empty string. Second one was for all the unique characters, and the third one was for all the repeating characters, and the fourth one was for string with spaces and symbols. I hope this is clear. Next, let's start writing the code, and I'll explain the code while I write the code itself, and then let's discuss the complexity of the code that we have written. So let's start writing the code. Initially, as we had discussed in the approach, let's go with the left pointer to track the start of the window. So I'll just come here. Let me give, let L equals 0. And also we are considering the variable to store the maximum length that is found. And also we'll be considering the set to store the characters in the current window, right? So let's consider the variable to store the maximum length that is found. I'll just give here max length. I'll just initialize this one to 0. Finally, let's make use of the set. Why we are making use of the hash set here? To store the characters in the current window. So I'll just give here scene equals new set. This is fine. This is the first step. Next, let's loop through the each character in the string. Let's go with the for loop. I'll just give here r equals 0, r less than length of the s, and r plus plus. So here r is the right pointer, and while the current character is already in the set, what we have to do, then we have to remove the character at the left pointer, and we will be moving the left pointer forward. If not, then we will be adding the character to the set and we will update the max length. So that's what we'll be doing here. So just remember, while the current character, it is already in the set, we will just remove all other characters right at the left pointer, and then we will move the left pointer forward. Just remember this one. So I can just consider the while loop. While I say while current character is already in the set, I can just give here scene got has of r. Then what we can do, we have to remove the character at the left pointer. How can we remove? I'll just make use of the property delete here, and I'll just give here s of l. This is fine. And finally, we will move the left pointer forward. This is fair. I hope this is clear. Next, let's add the current character to the set. How can we add the current character to the set? I'll just make use of the add property, and I'll just give here s of r. We are just adding the current character to the set. After adding the current character to the set, we have to update the max length as well. So we have considered max length, right? So I'll just give here. We needed the maximum length, right? So I'll just make use of the mat.max here. Let me copy paste the same thing here. Max length along with the this one length plus 1. So because the index starts from 0, we have to get the this one length, right? So we are not getting we are not displaying any index here. Length starts from 1 basically. That is the reason we are making use of l plus 1 over here. So the final step is here will be returning the max length. So finally this will be we have written the maximum length of the substring. We are returning the maximum length of the substring finally found. I hope this is clear. Let me hit the submit. I hope the code works. So this is saying wrong answer. Let's check. So what I have missed here is this one has to be s of r, right? We have the parameter string s of the pointer that I have to consider within the array. So let me format this one once. Let me hit the submit here. So still this says the wrong answer. So in the line number 10, this has to be r minus l, right? Right minus left plus 1. This has to be. So this I had missed. So let me format this one and hit the run button. So now, yeah, you can clearly see the sample test cases are getting passed. So these two mistakes that I had done, so this one, r minus l, this has to be. So this one I had missed. And one more thing here, parameter s we have considered of right pointer, right? So I had just given r. So just correct this. And now the code works absolutely correct, right? Let me hit the submit now. So yeah, the code works absolutely correct. So let's discuss time complexity and the space complexity very quickly. So what will be the time complexity here? The overall time complexity would be big O of n. So why the time complexity would be big O of n here? Each character is processed at most twice. Again, I'm telling each character is processed at most twice. Once when we add and once when we remove. Right? So each character is processed at most twice here. So overall time complexity would be big O of n. We are making use of the single for loop here. So the overall time complexity would be big O of n. And what would be the overall space complexity here? The overall space complexity would be big O of n as well. Why the overall space complexity would be big O of n here? Because we are making use of the set that stores at most n characters in the worst case. So I'll just go here with big O of n. So the time complexity and the space complexity would be big of n here. So I hope the solution is completely clear. So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.